Hail to the king, baby.
What is going on, guys? It's me. It's Michael B. And I think I'm just about completely over my flu, so I am ready to get back at it. I made a video yesterday, back doing my live stream tonight, and who knows, I may even get through some of these reviews this week. Maybe I need to do up a schedule or something. Anyways, it's Monday. You know what that means. Time for another episode of Chill and Chat with Michael B. And I'm going to be honest with you guys, really struggled what I wanted to talk about tonight because obviously I just made a pretty big purchase. I bought a real arcade. So I wanted to talk about that. And I also wanted to talk about, how sometimes buying a real arcade might make more sense than buying a recreation, how it doesn't make sense for everybody and when it fits. So I thought that was an interesting topic, but there was other stuff I wanted to talk about as well. I also wanted to talk about, it's a big AtGames sale going on right now. So I wanted to take a look at why are AtGames doing this sale? What's the benefit of it? And I've heard it's a really good idea to make a video talking about the best games that you can pick up during the sale. So, hey, Retro RTX, what's happening? Retro Tech X, good to see you. I wanted to talk about that, and I've actually got somebody coming on that I think is an excellent individual to kind of ask some questions about that. So I thought that'd be fun as well. And then last but not least, I usually do a prediction show for CES around this time of year. I don't really want to do the predictions yet because we're a little bit too far out and we don't know a lot, but there are some things that we can pretty much guarantee scratch off for home arcade companies like Basic Fun, like Iconic. So we'll talk a little bit about that tonight. Anyways, before I get any further into the discussion, I do want to bring my co-host for tonight on. Say hello to everybody. I'm very excited. Ladies and gentlemen, this is my buddy, Chaotic BPR. So does the BPR stand for Pabst Blue Ribbon?
Pretty much. Pretty much.
Brian, thank you so much for being here tonight. Brian reached out earlier and asked me and Dubs what we were talking about tonight because he had the night off. And I said, hey, man, you want to come play on the internet? And sure enough, he was kind enough to do so. So welcome aboard. You got your Cleveland shirt on. I got my Pinball Expo on. 2 of the times we actually met in person, and we never planned that either. So that's funny.
No. Absolutely. Man, it is cold. Is it cold where you are?
It snowed. It snowed for the first time there a couple days ago.
Oh gosh, it's reaching into the low 30s today for the first time this year. So it's pretty cool.
So low 30s would be about 0 degrees Celsius for us here in Canada, correct?
Yeah.
I think it's like 30. Is it 30 degrees, which is 0 degrees?
Yeah, I think so. I think that's about right. It's about 30 degrees difference.
It's so funny to me because like when we hit freezing, it's 0, right? So it's just
right.
It's freezing outside. And then you guys in the States are like, oh, it's freezing. Yeah, it's freezing.
32 degrees.
30 degrees.
32 degrees is freezing, yeah.
Wild. Anyways, Brian, so I did go over some of the topics for tonight, especially the AtGames stuff. I think the AtGames stuff should be pretty fun. There's a lot of tables on sale right now with some as much as 70% off. I think you mentioned it earlier, as low as $2.80, but they might not necessarily be the best tables everybody's looking for. The sale ranges up and down. We'll talk about that a little bit later. Brian, Have you ever dabbled with real arcades? Is that something you ever fancied or thought about?
I've always been scouring Facebook Marketplace for one in my area. The only problem is, man, I live in Southeast United States, so I live in Georgia, and it is hard to find anything that's like less than 800, 900 bucks.
Yeah.
And to me, that's like high range arcade one up, prices and everything. So it's like I just don't have the equity to try and throw at that, especially something that's used.
I hear you. That's the trouble, and we're going to talk about that tonight because I am actually experiencing some issues with my arcade now, so I'll kind of share those. So it's one of those things that you've got to take into consideration. Like all these people that do the real arcade stuff, they're like, once you get up and running, there's no maintenance. Anybody who doesn't want to buy real arcades is just stupid. They're stupid. There's always maintenance. There's always something that can go wrong. So it's ridiculous. And then last but not least, I want to talk a little bit about CES. I'm full up again. So here's the interesting thing about that. New products coming out, home arcade is back, new companies coming out. But are they going to do anything interesting enough to actually make me move something out to fit something else in? Because that's the trick. Like you have all this room, you fill it up, and then you're like, shit, now what do I do? Right. And that's
Right.
kind of the deal. Anyways, Brian, before I read out the chat, do you want to tell everybody about you, your chaotic BPR? Now, with tonight's appearance, you're going to be on YouTube Monday night, Tuesday night, Wednesday night, Thursday night, and Friday night. Is that correct? You're on every single day of the week now?
No, not this week. I don't know if I'm going to be able to make the Rascals show tomorrow.
Yeah.
Wednesday, Arcades Anonymous. I thought about actually going on Yo Hero on Wednesday night instead of Arcades Anonymous because they want to talk about Predator Badlands, and I'm a huge Predator fan, so and I love the new movie, so I want to talk about it. So I was going to go.
What is Yo Hero?
So that's my co-host half a dozen. That's his other show.
Oh, okay. He's really sticking it with the Yo preface to any of his shows. Okay.
Yeah. That's his stick. So let him have it. So I was going to help him out with him and his Unk is what he calls Snookle. I forget how to say his name.
Is he a guy local to his area?
Yeah.
And that might be the guy we met a couple of years ago at the Cleveland Gaming Expo because half a dozen and a buddy of his showed up and met us before we went to the bowling alley.
Yeah, that was him.
Nice. He's a really nice guy.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
All right. So just to be clear, Brian is a co-host sometimes on that gaming show Tuesday nights at, I think it starts like 9:30 Eastern or something like that.
It's 8:30 Eastern.
8:30 Eastern. So you can check him out there sometimes. He's also on Arcades Anonymous on Wednesdays, which starts at 9, right after Bill's gaming show. Let's Talk with Bill. Then Thursdays is your main show. That's Yo Retro with you and Six. You guys talking about AtGames Pinball usually. That's what you'll cover. If there's a table that week, you guys are definitely covering it. And then sometimes Friday, you show up on Gamer Fridge with J Pixel, the Fridge show. You do that too?
Since he's moved it to Fridays, I haven't been able to have a chance to make it to his show because usually it's like before yours, I'm already at work. So before even Super Gamer and Dudes comes on. So I usually miss everything on Friday.
I actually asked you to be on Super Gamer and Dudes last Friday and you couldn't make it. I felt so bad.
That's all right. I'm here now, so that's good.
All right, well, let's say hello to the people here in the chat. Here's our friend Bill with his new show, Bill's Retro Gaming Show. Thumper Squid is here in the chat. Arcades Anonymous, Jason Little Alien throwing out the link to it. Very nice. Steve Sale here in the chat. I don't like playing golf with Steve anymore. Steve came in. He was a new guy. He was like, oh, I'm new at this. He's winning all the time now, putting up massive shots. He's a ringer, man. Anyway, Steve, absolutely. Very nice to see you. Nooner is here. Die Hard is a Christmas movie. MG. My new show is Don't Leave Me in a Plastic Yo-Yo Sunday. I don't understand half the stuff MG says. He's a man that is confined to his recliner due to having a massive tallywhacker, 80% of which is foreskin. So anyways, send out thoughts and prayers to MG and his recliner situation. We've also got RetroTech X here in the chat. Bobby1 ALU, can't go wrong with yo. Nice to see some support for you guys. Video Game Vegas, I saw your comments earlier. I never got a chance to respond, but thank you for jumping in the chat earlier and throwing out some information about the sales. We'll cover that a little bit later. Joe Cade is here as well. Mike Hawk Hertz, which is always a great name. It's an elite name, some would say. Considering none of the names above were officially involved in CES, my arcade wins. CES by default, yet again, is the only official participant. Oh, come on. It doesn't work that way. You can have a roam off to the side. Clown machines are dumb. Oh, Gamer Fridge is going to have a problem with that. I'll tell you that right now. Who else we got in the chat? The bad guy, Mike Worley, joined me there a couple of weeks ago. Good to see you, Mike. Always a pleasure. John Fritz says 32 degrees Fahrenheit is 0 degrees Celsius. Thor KC dropping some science in the chat as well. Gabriel Gray is here. We got snow in Southern Ontario too. Yeah, I was not prepared for it. I was not happy, Gabriel. It was not awesome. Unchained is here. JR is in the chat. Always nice to see you. Dan in St. Louis. Very nice to see you, Dan Z. Aaron is here. He says, evening. Goofyfoot, the cold made it here to Florida. No way, man. All the way up in Florida. Brooklyn Menace is in the chat. Nice to see you, Brooklyn. Brooklyn was on Gamer Fridge this Friday as well. I tried to get him to leave Gamer Fridge and come join us on Super Game Room Dudes. I don't think he thought I was serious, or he just thought he was on the better show. Whatever happened, Brooklyn, I don't know, but I did throw out the invite. I think we're almost all caught up now. Chris Ogaz, nice to see you, my man. Sathius, want to make sure I don't miss anybody. Bob Stout, good to see you. Calvin Wong, Robert Brown, Show Gecko, B. Kirby, the Chicago arcade guy. I don't know if you guys know this, but B. Kirby has recently joined us. We're doing a whole new thing. The home arcade community has become so toxic and so negative. If you need a place to escape the drama, do what we did. We've left the home arcade community. We are now proud members of the house arcade community. So in the house arcade community, there's no companies, there's no bullshit, there's no drama people. It truly is a utopia, except for P-Dub's Arcade Loft, always messing stuff up. Jason says, howdy, Bill. I think MSU Rich, good to see you, my man. I think that's almost everybody now. The real Zim. I can't forget Zim. He's the best, the absolute best. Zenanow and Random One, Reverman, and I think we're all caught up. I'll just make sure we didn't miss anybody.
You get Sir Sega, Dark Realm Gaming.
Gramps Arcade is here. Sir Sega, Dark Realm Gaming, 19K Fox is here. I was just talking to him about my big blue issues I got going on. He thinks it's the what was it? The kick mount, I think he called it. Chris Ford is here. JJ, I think I said earlier. That's why I say goodbye to the Flipper friends. I'm all about my bald buddies and plunger pals. Israel Gaming is here. And Bobby ALU says, don't speak ill of the mayor. How could I? I'd never speak ill of the mayor. It's not like he'd go to sleep and forget to do something and leave his friends out to dry. That's definitely not P-Dubs. Anyways, Brian, where do you want to start tonight? We can start talking about real arcades versus like recreation arcades. Obviously, I've been a big recreation arcade guy for the last couple of years. Toy arcades, some people call them. We can talk about the AtGames sale and then sandwich in the arcade conversation and then finish up with CES. But before we get there, I almost forgot. We do have a super chat goal tonight because I know people in the community love these super chat goals. They love being included so we can get to an extra one and then people complain and they're like, you're only doing it for money. And I got news for you guys. I am not doing it for money.
We're not just doing this for money. We're doing it for a shitload of money.
That's right. So we do have a double down goal set up tonight. It's just 5 super chats, $2 or more, I think it is. I don't ever try to go like over the top or anything like that. But if we do hit it, we're going to ask the question, does size really matter? Now, let me preface that because I want to be clear. When I say does size really matter, what I mean is in home arcades. And I kind of want to get your guys' opinions about this. Is it important for you guys, for arcade companies to make XL or, almost full-size cabs? Or are you guys kind of fine with the 3/4 scale? If you already have a room, are you looking to replace them with bigger cabs? Or do you hope that companies just come out and make more of the 3/4 scale cabs to fit what you already have? Now, I know we've been talking about this a lot lately. I know James Hates Everything put up a post. He was asking about it. A lot of that is in relation to our buddy G.I. Joel. So if we hit our super chat goal later tonight, we'll talk about that. If we don't, maybe I'll talk about it on a future show. Who knows? Anyways, Brian, I think the best place to start would be AtGames, because AtGames actually does have a lot going on. Now, before I get into the sale, I did want to bring up one specific thing they were doing that I thought was really, really interesting. Have you been paying attention to their announcements on Facebook today by any chance?
I sure have.
Yeah, so very interesting. Let me bring this up for you guys. I always hate sharing Facebook because I know somebody's going to try to catch something or something from somewhere. So anyways, here, the first one is they put up a reminder, which is kind of a sneaky reminder because they're in the middle of a sale right now. But they're throwing a reminder out there for the Zen Studio pinball packs saying, guys, just remember, these are actually going to be going up in price on November 14th. So if there's any pinball packs you hadn't previously bought, now will be the time to get them while they're still cheap. So, I mean, it's not a huge deal. It's kind of funny that there's a sale going on now and they throw that out at the same time. It's kind of them to remind us, because you don't want to wait like a couple of weeks and then be like, you know what, I kind of want Champion Pub. Then you go to buy Champion Pub and you're like, what the, because it's more expensive now. But they did put that reminder out. The other one I found really interesting, and I actually don't see it here anymore, which is kind of surprising.
Keep going. It's lower.
Keep going. There it is. So this one I find really interesting. Brian, you might be able to help me with this, because when you were with AtGames, did you ever handle any of their customer support?
That was my job. That's all I did.
That was your job.
Tickets. Yep, I answered tickets.
I knew that was going to happen. That son of a bitch. This is what Fox sends me all the time. Pictures of this Canadian goddess.
Yeah.
I'm going to take that down off the screen. I'll save the picture and put it up. You can't trust anybody nowadays.
No, man, you're about to get deleted.
Yeah, well, at least it was PG.
Yeah.
So.
All right. So, yeah, when I worked with AtGames, that's what I did. I was a customer service department. I would handle tickets daily. And my personal goal was to at least try to answer 20 to 30 tickets a day.
Yeah.
Whether it was be catching up with the customer, letting them know that, hey, still working on your issue, or have they gotten back with me and I'm able to answer any kind of questions they got, to try and close out as many tickets as possible.
You might not know this, Brian, but when I first got out of business school, not a lot of people know this, but when you have like a general business degree, there's not a lot of jobs right off the hop. People want experience. They want some kind of background and stuff like that. So the very first thing I did when I got out of business school was I needed a job, like pretty much right away. Like I had bills to pay and shit like that. So I went and worked at a call center and we did customer support. And I was one of the lucky ones. I barely ever was on the phone, and I got a job in management right away because of my education and I don't know, because of what they thought of me. And I ended up being like a manager by the time it was all done at the call center. So I've done a lot of customer support as well. So I'm looking at this and I'm going to ask you some questions now. And I don't know if you can answer or not, but I do want to know. So the answer, they look like they have a new company coming in offering, customer support. It's always cheaper to go with a third party. Depends on where they're to, though. Like one of the things that I hated about our call center is we ended up closing down just because we work for this company called Teletech, and
Mhm.
at the end of the day, they didn't really care about like the actual quality of the calls. It was all about the cheapness of the labor. So we were replaced by call centers in the Philippines and South Africa because they could pay penny on the dollars for support, and they would fluff the quality assurance numbers to make it look like it's just as good or better down there.
Absolutely.
Meanwhile, people are calling in and they're having the hardest time communicating. So I don't know where this Talent Pop group is in terms of offering customer support. I don't know where their call centers is or how that will work. But what's interesting is the only way this really works is for a big call center, a third party to handle your tech support is if you have a very good data management system, like some kind of knowledge base for them to go off. And that's the question I ask because I know a lot of home arcade companies don't have these knowledge systems. In fact, I remember Arcade One Up when they first released the Terminator 2 arcade. John D wrote me and he said, "Yeah, I'm developing this knowledge base right now for our customer service team. I've got your video tapped in to show them that you can beat the game and stuff." And I was like, okay, that's slightly concerning that that's what your customer service has for
Oh,
like a knowledge base to answer questions and stuff, but okay. So, if a third party is taking this over, which is good, which means, they're probably, they're going to be paying less. AtGames are for customer support. Probably a lot more questions are going to get answered. But what's the value of these customer support answers? Is it going to be better? Is it going to be worse? Do they have a knowledge base and a really easy guide for these individuals that have no knowledge on the product to actually answer people's questions?
so before I left, before I was let go, they were building the knowledge base. Um, Several people that you probably know in the community and everything was helping build that knowledge base. And basically it was going over like the schematics of the 4KP cabinet and the HD cabinet, the parts, what they're numbered as, where they go, how they install, and then it was getting into like software technical stuff and how to do certain things. So the knowledge base was being built, but it was still far from being anywhere helpful to somebody that was actually having real issues with their machine and stuff. Um, and just before I left, they were also experimenting with AI chatbot in order to, if you actually connected to AtGames live chat, you would get you would talk to an AI bot first. And after about 10 questions and them not being able to help you, then the question would come to me or come to another service agent. But being that it's third party, I think it'll be great because you'll actually be able to get answers faster and at least get something started quicker. But the only issue is, like you said, that knowledge base has to be filled out and it has to be well documented. In other words, for these people to actually be able to help them. Now, if
Well,
it's like a
here's
simple, yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
no. You go ahead. Like a simple
I'm
question. Like, I mean, like, if you call most customer support, they're going to tell you the same thing. Like, I'm going to call in. I'm going to be like, I've still had an issue now for the last like 10 months where I've taken my bit LCD literally off my AtGames Legends Ultimate. It just crapped out. And, I reached out to customer support and they were like, yeah, just unplug it and then plug it back in. So, I mean, I'm sure Talent Pop can do that, but like
right.
when it comes down to the hardcore issues and stuff like that, that's what I question. Now, the reason why I just wanted to bring this up really quickly, RetroTech X, who I'm told, talks to PK on the reg, he says Talent Pop is out of Costa Mesa, California, and they are going to post metrics on social. That's a very different message from what AtGames announced here.
Yeah. Because usually those metrics are like kept privately. It basically gauges how we're doing, how the customer service department is doing, and basically if we're actually meeting our goals or whatnot of successful tickets and successful interactions with customers, like 5 stars. How would you rate your interaction with this customer service rep? 0 to 5 stars, whatever. But that's kind of weird that they're going to actually share all that information with everybody.
But why do they want? I know why they do, because it's a confirmation bias, right? And
Right,
AtGames
right.
loves confirmation biases.
Yeah,
AtGames, they want to put the metrics out there to be like, our customer support is great. Look at what Talent Pop has shown, right? Obviously our customer support is great, and then it's a way for them to shut up people that are complaining about the customer support or the wait times and stuff like that. So it's a quality assurance program, basically, with them then presenting the data out front. That's what I'm getting from this.
I mean, either way, like, people are going to complain because it's about personal experiences, right? So
yeah, 100%.
Yeah, so it's like, if it's taking like 2 weeks for me to get a ticket announced, I'm gonna complain about it. If my issue hadn't got fixed, I'm gonna complain about it. So either way, like, it doesn't matter if you post up big ass numbers in front of my face, 98% customer satisfaction, I'm still one of those pissed off people. So like, it doesn't really do anything. It's not going to really alleviate any issues that they're going to have with the customer base. People are still going to say, shit games or whatever they call AtGames nowadays on Facebook.
Well, I don't want to dwell on this too long. I just saw this come up and I was like, that's weird, because I know they just let go a bunch of people from their customer service department. I hope they're bringing more people back in. I'm seeing a lot of negativity in the community right now about waiting on tickets and stuff like that. So I was hoping this was a group doing that, but it's not even that. It's a group that's going to measure and provide data from the customer service experience. And I don't know how that makes anything better, other than if they give positive results, it makes you look better.
But can they fudge them results?
Oh yeah.
I mean, look, if they asked me to come back tomorrow, I definitely would, man, because I would love to be able to help people. Because I see people like complaining all the time on the Facebook groups, and it's like, man, I really wish I could help with that. Because I remember when 19K Fox was having his login issue, I told him over over DM or whatever how to fix it. It fixed it, and he didn't even have to put it. He was still waiting on a ticket to be answered. Like, I was like, I know how to fix that. Just do this, and he fixed it. I was like, there's so many of those out there that's just simple issues that people are waiting on to get confirmation on how to fix it, and I'm just like, damn it! If I could, I could. If I could, I could fix it.
Anyways, I know 19K Fox says Brian saved him, and I've done stuff for AtGames too, just answered questions here and there, and because sometimes there's just like a misunderstanding. One of my favorite things was when the ALU first came to Canada, I kind of helped people with that, and then the ALP came. And somebody was reaching out to AtGames because they couldn't access their ALP, the original ALP. Mm-hmm. And AtGames was like, oh, this person is lying. They're saying they need a key, like a game key. There is no game keys provided. So I actually reached out to him and I was like, what do you need? And he was like, I didn't get a physical key from my machine, so I can't open the back box to hook up the wires.
That shit happens all the time.
But like, that's the kind of stuff that anyways, this is nothing. I mean, if they want to post those numbers, great for them. I hope that they're accurate, and I hope that this company shows that metrics and will support change and positive things and a better customer experience overall. But if it's just for them to say, look, our metrics are great, there's no problem with our customer service. I mean, yeah, what?
Pat my back.
Yeah, pat my back. I mean, that's useless. This is a massive waste of time. And it's just, it's hard not to see that, like, when, their Facebook groups, other things like that, and like videos, everything have like comments turned off. Like I love the product. I've been having fun with the games, but it doesn't seem like they're really receptive to any real critical feedback, right?
Correct.
I'm putting you in a bad spot because I know you want to go back there. Sorry, Brian.
No, it's totally fine. Yeah, it sucks, man.
It does, yeah, because I think they got a great product. I think they do good stuff. I think sometimes they just get in their own way. So, anyways, that's that one. The other announcement is, of course, the big sale. So this is a little bit more positive. AtGames have a huge sale on right now. It's for all ALP 4K owners, correct?
Correct.
So tables, they've switched the tables over now. So the tables are individual. Some are on for up to 70%. I do question the timing of this, Brian, because they have this new product that's just coming out, the HDP, the new Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. And we know that anybody buying those are going to have to buy new tables for it. So there's questions on whether or not, like, obviously they're probably not going to continue the original ALP. They're not going to be producing those anymore. because they have a new one. We don't know what's going on with the 4KP. Like, we haven't seen a new version of the 4KP since Sea of Thieves. Is that a product they're going to continue to make and sell? Or is the future of AtGames going with the HD pinball? So, I think that this sale, it could be summed up pretty easily. I don't think there's any, behind the scenes, like they're trying to oust those products to move forward with the new product, so much as it's just a good time to, raise your cash flow, sell a bunch of games, and boost like the money that AtGames has. That's why I think they're doing the sale. And who benefits from that? Us, the consumers,
Yes.
the people that want to buy these tables. So as much conspiracy and bullshit you want to put into it, at the end of the day, these are companies. They're just trying to make a bunch of money. So, if you can take advantage of it, let's do it. So the fun thing now is we get that question, what tables should people pick up? And I want to highlight another AtGames pinball creator in the community. This is someone you know as well, our buddy Retro Tech X. He did a great video on the top 10 games you should pick up during the sale. Have you had a chance to take a look at it yet?
Absolutely. And I played every single game that he showed off. So I want to make sure, first of all, that I owned it already. And number two, do I feel the same way that he does?
I heard a lot of people feel very similar to how he feels.
Absolutely.
I always can't find them because I always type it in separate. But Brian, if there any tables that do you want to explain it to people while I'm getting this video up right now? Because it's up to 70% off, but not on everything. So do you want to tell the different layers, like how much the Zachariah games are, how much the Gottlieb games are, how much like the newer Magic Pixel games are?
Yes. So if you look at your list of games on the that's on sale, Zachariah tables are individual tables are down to $2.40.
Wow.
And the Gottlieb tables are $4.80. So they're like the 50% off. And then the Baby Shark and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles are not on sale. And then, of course, your pinball packs that are still on the machine, they're not on sale either. So, any of the old school tables are on sale, as well as all the new deluxes, except for Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and Baby Shark.
Man, so let's go through this list here. He's got like a 30-minute video. Oh my God, this is way more detailed than I put into this.
Oh yeah.
So my stuff's going to get jarbled here while we go through this. Anything specifically, Brian, you want to mention? First up is Charlie Brown's Christmas.
Well,
are the Zen games actually on sale, or is this?
It's not on sale. He's got that on screen because that's what he was playing.
So he brings up Future World Deluxe.
Correct. And that's a really good table. It's actually one of my favorite tables to play.
I enjoyed it as well. I mean, it does get those irritating, bouncy physics down at the bottom, all that stuff. But anyways, guys, I'm not going to
mode on it. So good.
Night mode. All right.
Yeah.
I would suggest Soccer Kings Deluxe. Soccer King Deluxe might be one of my absolute favorite Zachariah games of all time. Soccer Kings Deluxe is excellent. I won't go through the whole video, but if Jason, I know he shouted out his channel, but Jason, if you want to share his video down in the comments, that would mean the world to me. Guys, go check out Retro Tech X on YouTube. Honestly, if you're going to go check out anything with AtGames Pinball, you can watch me flail around and talk about whether or not I enjoy them. But if you want to talk to people that are really good, go into high detail on these AtGame tables, of course, check out Retro Tech X and my buddy Chaotic and Yo Retro. So I'll take it down, and I'm just going to ask you for some quick suggestions, Brian. What would you like people to take a look at during the sale? I'll make a interesting one here now. This is one our buddy Gregory Farlow suggested to me a long time ago, and I fell in love with it. And I'm not a big fan of the original Zachariah games. Like, I like some of them. Like, I like what is it? Time
Machine.
Time Machine, just because a friend of mine had that pinball machine in his house, and I like the original Magic Castle, and but this is one I absolutely fell in love with, and it's such an old pinball machine. It doesn't make any sense for me, but I love Shooting the Rapids, like the original Shooting the Rapids.
Awesome.
So friggin' good, man. Love it. So that's a game.
Suggest one of those.
$240 for shooting the rapids.
Correct. Either you can get shooting. All the shooting in the rapids are $240. Deluxe, retro, remake, and the original. They're all $2.
Even the deluxes are $240.
Even the deluxes.
Nice. So even Soccer Kings Deluxe is $240.
Correct.
Everybody needs to go get Soccer Kings Deluxe right now.
Yeah.
Like, honestly, it's got zany music, great art, awesome game. Go check it out. Anything else you want to recommend?
I was going to recommend Time Machine, the original Time Machine, because of the the playfield in the back goes upper, rises up and lowers and everything is so good. That and then Black Belt, the original Black Belt's good, and hadn't thought of it. Some of the Taito games, Taito games, Bubble Bobble's good.
Is Bubble Bobble one of those mission games?
Yes, but
I don't
it's
like
fun,
those.
man. It's fun.
I don't like the mission games. I think all of them, maybe Bubble Bobble was the one that was pretty good, but the first couple, like Space Invaders and Operation Wolf, were kind of a bummer for me. Didn't love it that much.
Yeah. And then of course, you got a bunch of Gottliebs, even though they're a little bit more expensive. Teed Off and Black Hole are some of my favorites.
Yeah. Love Black Hole. Love Haunted House. It's really, really simple, straightforward, but it's so friggin' good, man.
All right,
James?
Video Game Vegas is absolutely correct. I apologize. It's all the deluxe tables are $480, not $240. My bad. I'm sorry.
That's what I thought. You led me astray, James. You led me astray.
My bad. Yeah, he's absolutely.
Some damn enchiladas.
Oh, you gonna be all right?
I deserve that.
Yeah, I remember him posting it earlier. So when you were telling me the deluxe games were $240, I was like, holy shit, there's some really good deluxe games, especially the new ones like Soccer Kings. But I mean, $460 is still nothing to sniff at because those deluxe games are up to $8 right now, right?
That's correct. So you're still getting that 50% off sale. They're still totally. Some of them are even worth the $8, like Soccer Kings Deluxe. I mean, it's worth $8. Supersonic Deluxe is worth $8. But to get them for $480, go get it.
I have the same gut reaction when I see certain channels in my feed. Bazinga! We're at war! Oh, it's those damn enchiladas. There we go. James says Bubble Bobble scoring's broken. Like, he's determined. He's determined to say it's broken. Anyways, big sale on. Go check out Retro Tech's video. You guys sale's still gonna be going on when you do Yo Retro on Thursday. You guys gonna be probably covering it?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't think we're gonna have a table release this week, so we might not even do a show.
I don't know if you did a show last week. 6 was so high.
No comment.
So high. All right. So anyways, that's the AtGames sale. That's the AtGames news. I thought that was better news when I first looked at it about Talon Pop. I thought it was going to be like, customer service. I was a little bit worried about the quality of the service, but if they're just, posting the data and stuff like that, like I don't know what that does. Like, I don't know what that does for the person with the broken ALP or that's logged out of their comments. They're like, I haven't been able to get in this for like a month. And they're like, well, our customer service is excellent. Good for fucking you.
my issue.
Yeah. Anyways, I just laugh sometimes. Anyways, moving on. I did want to talk a little bit now about a real arcade, Brian, about a real arcade. And a lot of people gave me shit about it because they said, oh, this is broken. It's not working. So I do want to show you some images. It is, in fact, working. I got some tweaking to do. So just give me a second. I'll bring these up.
Okay.
God damn. I got to trust people not to do shit now, which is always a problem. But open image, new tab, so nobody can get at me with their damn messages. So it is working, guys, but it has run across some problems. So again, this story, I got this arcade for $500 Canadian, roughly $350 US. A friend of mine that's a big arcade guy decided that he was going to just basically get out of the hobby, and he was just going to sell his stuff off. So he sold me my Big Blue for $500. Now I got it home. I didn't really have time to do anything with it because in order to fit it in my car, we took out everything. We took out the game board, took off the control deck, unhooked all the controllers and all that stuff. So I didn't really have time to get into it until today. It was the first time I had a little bit of time to go into it. So I did go into the arcade, and there was stuff broken, Brian. There was stuff broken. I knew there was a chance that this stuff was going to happen as we were transitioning it, on the 5.5 hour car ride home from Twillingate, where he lived, on like all the bumpy back roads and stuff like that. So screen is pretty good. The CRT is working. That's up and running. It's got a little bit of green hue to it now, so I'll play around with that a little bit and see if I can get that fixed up. Marquee didn't work. I was a little bummed out by that. It was working when I went to pick it up, but I think that should be an easy fix. I'm going to try to just take out the bulb and mess around with it and see if I can put a new bulb in it. Hopefully that works up. But the big problem was when I first put it up, controls were dead. Like it was just no controls at all. A lot of that was my fault. I didn't realize with the game elf, you had to coin in before you could actually use the controls. So I did coin in. Controls worked. Not all of them, though. So I got 3 buttons that aren't registering on the player 1 controller. All buttons are working on the player 2 controller. So again, I've got this awesome arcade that was an absolute steal. Doesn't have the original game board, but got it in my house for $500, and I can play these cool shit. We got a super chat here from my buddy Ezekiel, the Chicago Retro Ranger. I knew he was going to stop by. $4.99. I'm here for Big Blue talk. I have 24 Big Blues, and yes, I have a problem. Ezekiel, I'll be in touch. I've been talking to Fox about this already. I got to figure it out, what's going on with it, but I did run into a couple problems, and I know Michael Trades would want one as well. He's pretty close, so there you go. Did you not realize you were hauling a relic? Anyways, Ezekiel, thank you very much for the super chat, my man, and I've got a special video just for you because of that.
Bar weep grana weep nitty bun. Bar weep grana weep nitty bun. Bar weep grana weep nitty bun.
That's the universal greeting. So thank you very much, Ezekiel, the Chicago Retro Ranger, for the super chat. Greatly appreciated, my man. I still want pictures, Zeke. Huge thanks for the hype, guys. You rock, Mike B. That Big Blue is pretty awesome. Thanks, brother. So anyways, it is up and running. I got to replace the coin door as well. That's another issue. But here's what I'm talking about. A lot of times when you buy these, if you do get a deal, there's going to be some issues. And it leads into our conversation I wanted to have about this, Brian, because I asked you earlier, have you ever considered picking up a real arcade? And I think all of us that have ever bought one of these recreation arcades, one of the reasons we did is we always dreamed of having like real arcades in our home, from going to the arcade and all that shit. So this is something I've always wanted. I've always wanted a real arcade. I first dipped my toes into it when I got the Tron arcade. That didn't work out so well. Tron's not exactly the easiest game to fix due to the fact that it has 2 boards, lots of other kind of things going on, lots of lights, all that shit. And I paid $2,500, which was a great deal, but still a lot of friggin' money. So what makes this much more interesting to me is only $500 Canadian, $350 US. It's got a jammer harness, so it's not that complicated. I can put another board in there. In fact, there's a guy here with a board up now. He's got 2 boards for jammer harnesses. He's got a Tekken 2 and a Marvel versus Capcom. He's selling for like $300. So I might at least get the Marvel versus Capcom from him. So lots of options that way, easier to fix. I'm into it at that price point. So that's where I think you were saying the same thing. You want to get something at a really good deal because you know there might be some kind of issues.
Oh, absolutely. And like I said, and where I'm living, man, like I found a Donkey Kong Jr. that looked like it was in really good shape, but it was for like $1,000. I found a Joust. One half of it's Joust, another half of it's Robotron. Guy says it's an original board and everything, 2-in-1. I've never seen those.
Multi-Williams, yeah, a lot of multi-Williams out there.
Right, but I really liked the way it looked, man, and he wanted $900 for it. And it had an LCD screen, which I was totally fine with, but It's just hard to come by with that kind of stuff. And then the fact is, it's like, all right, well, the lower amount I pay, yeah, I'll be a little bit happier at first, but the more stuff I'm gonna have to fix, the more stuff I'm gonna have to end up paying to put into this thing to get it the way I want it.
Well, that's the other thing, right?
Right. Whether it be T-molding, artwork on the side, or something's broken on the inside and needs to be repaired.
Guys, everybody calm down. I'm going to get the Marvel versus Capcom. I'm just a little light right now. It's my daughter's birthday on the 3rd. We just did that. Plus, I went out and got all these arcades. So come on. Give me a break. This is how I worked it out, because I talked about this on my show a couple of weeks ago, where I was struggling on whether or not I was going to get the Iconic Arcade. And I looked at it this way. It's going to be $1,000 Canadian. Then I'm going to have to pay, even if I get the free shipping, it's going to still be somewhere between $300 and $400 tax and duty. I was actually at that time looking at another Big Blue that someone in the province had for sale for $1,500. Didn't have a CRT, had a widescreen monitor in it, so I was immediately going to have to replace that. And it had a Pandora's box in it. This one's not much better as a Game Elf, and by better I mean it's worse with Game Elf. Yeah. So, anyways, and at that point, I was seriously considering then going to get the Big Blue for $1,500 over getting the Iconic Arcade. But here's where the feet hit the asphalt on this one. That $500, man. So I went out, I got a working arcade, at least it was working before I picked it up and destroyed it on the way home. I got a working arcade for $500 compared to buying the original for what would have cost me somewhere between $1,300 and $1,400. And there's no guarantee that this is even going to, be $1,000 still, because it's not up for order. The price may increase when it goes up. So that's the way I looked at it. I did a calculation where I said, okay, how much am I going to pay on this arcade? How much time am I willing to put into it? How much extra is going to have to put into it compared to the cost of going and getting a recreation arcade? And the math for me, and that's why I went in that direction. Now, this might not work in all cases. Like you talked about it, you looked at that Donkey Kong Jr., right? Mm-hmm. And how much was it again?
$900, $950, I think, total.
$150. Now, compare that to going and getting a G.I. Joe cab.
Correct.
You get a G.I. Joe cab, you know it's going to work. There's no issues. It's not the real thing, but it's just going to work. And you're going to spend a lot less money. So that's where I'm trying to tell people about. There's opportunities where you 100% can go get like a Centipede. You can probably get a Centipede from somewhere if you're willing to do a little bit of TLC for less money than you're probably even going to pay for an Arcade 1-Up Centipede. And in that case, if you're okay with the work, that makes sense. And in this case, it made sense for me. But there's other complications as well with this, Brian. Before we get into that, I want to address this one. Huge super chat from my buddy 19K Fox. She didn't have to do that, man, for the MBC fund. Thank you very much, man. That's 2 now. 2 of 5 away from our double down. So thank you very much, 19K Fox. You're a scholar and a gentleman.
Groovy.
Yeah.
I love Army of Darkness. I can watch it every single day of the week. Every single day of the week. So anyways, this is what I'm looking at. For me, it made sense, but it might not make sense for some. I want to show you another picture now. It'll take me a while to get it up, Brian. So I apologize. I should have already had this, but this actually came to me earlier today from Sir Sega in my Discord. He sent me this picture, and I want to relay this story because I think people... Mr. Cade is a great option, or a Dark Soft board. Not cheap, though. Ezekiel, that's the funny thing. I want to say a huge thank you to my buddy Pitbull, because when I tell people what I might be doing with this, they're going to think I'm an idiot, but I talked about it last week, and I'm 100% serious. I'm thinking about putting an Arcade 1-Up Big Blue PCB in there so I can play online on the real cab.
I was reading your chat comments, and I was like, PC Arcade 1-Up PC and the real arcade. Okay.
Yeah,
I'm really thinking about doing.
I'm not joking. So this is from Sir Sega. He actually sent this out to me earlier today. This was at a captain's auction. This sold for $1,000. It does not have the original board. This is the shape that it's in with the marquee completely missing. This sold for $1,000 US at captain's auction. $1,000 final call. And then there's like an 18% bid and all that stuff. $1,000 US. Can you believe that? For that broken, damaged. There you go. No. But it's sold.
As much as I talked to Matt Stringer about, hey man, is this a good deal? Is this worth going to go get? He's like, no, don't pay anything more than $600. No, if it's used, don't pay any more than $600. It's gross.
Hey. Why are you trying to ruin my fun, Retro Tech X? You know how much I enjoy going into big screen and seeing someone dressed up as a lady avatar? Do you know how much joy that gives me? Why are you trying to take that away from me? But $1,000 for that. $1,000 plus a 15% fee that you have to pay, and then California state tax. So by the time that person was done for that broken big blue, it's probably like $1,200-$1,300. I got mine for $350. So there's the reason why I did this. I do want to classify. People are gonna obviously make hate videos now. This guy never liked arcade one-up. I got a new arcade coming, a new toy arcade coming later this week. So you can't say that either. I talked to Mode about it last week. I think there's room for both. I don't think you need to be an elitist. I think you can have a mix of everything in your arcade. That's my opinion. So that's the reason I went in this direction. For me, it just made sense financially. It's something I always wanted to do. But there's also reality to this too. Not everybody can have real arcades in their home. And we'll talk about this a little bit later too. You know, there's the reality that not everybody has a lot of space. Like as my kids get older, I might not have the space that I have now. They might take over the basement. So I've got a little tiny office here. I can fit like a couple multicades and a TV in here, and that's about it. So, I mean, that's where these come in. You might be able to get a better deal on the original, and you might be willing to do all the work. But if you don't have the space for it, you don't have the space for it. That's where multicades and these recreation arcades make the most sense.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm not hating on it.
No, I think either way is fine. As long as you're playing games, having fun, that's the most important part.
Well, and then also, like, if there's a cab that you really want, say, like, you really want a Killer Instinct, right? Or a Killer Instinct 2, like a real one. Good luck finding one that's, like, less than, like, $3,000.
Yeah.
Honestly. And it could be beat up to hell, and people are still buying them for $3,000. Like, if you got that kind of capital, by all means, and you really want it, get it. But that's way, way out of my price range. My wife would kill me. So, you know, I'm okay with my arcade one-up. It plays just fine. Play online if I want to. I almost played with PD7 the other night playing Battletoads. So, you know, it's just...
Yeah, that's the thing. There's certain games, like I talked about this. That's one of the things I said to Moat the other day, and I completely agree with this. Try to find a Dragon's Lair out there for a reasonable price in good working condition. Unless that you're a high-end collector that has the know-how to fix these stuff up and take care of them. Not everybody's going to have a Dragon's Lair in their home. Like that's reality. Everybody shits on me about the pinball conversation. They're like, people can't afford real pinballs in the home, but then turn around and say like, oh, the real arcades are nothing. How much do you think you're paying for a Dragon's Lair? How much do you think you're paying for a Tron? How much do you think you're paying for a Star Wars? Huge money. And that's why if you can turn around and buy something for about $500, like an arcade one-up, and then get that Star Wars experience at home, it's probably not going to be anywhere near as good as the original. You kind of take that because that's pretty awesome.
Or if you know woodwork and you know your way around like a shop, you got the schematics, you can build your own recreation, save you a lot of money too. But nobody expects to have that kind of woodwork, knowledge.
No, unless you're G.I. Joel.
Right.
Ezekiel, you didn't have to do that, man. You already made like a big super chat. Thank you very much. $20 from Ezekiel, the Chicago Retro Ranger, for Scarlett's birthday. I'm not going to keep that. I'll make sure she gets that money, man. Thank you very much.
Nice.
And Jay every day says it too. Not everybody wants big, bulky 90s, 80s tech in their house for big money. Like for me, it was always that dream of owning a real arcade. Always wanted to, never thought it would happen. Had Tron, it got messed up. So I was just like, I give up. People were telling me, no, go get something, go get something. Keep your eye open. Like you said, you keep looking and then you find the right deal. So there you go.
Yeah.
So anyways, moving on, we got one last topic, Brian, to get into, unless we hit our goal for the double down, which if we do, we do. If not, I'll talk about it another time. Mike Hockhurt's really good comment here before I get any further. Happy Valentine's Day and Remembrance Day to everyone who served. I'll be sleeping late tomorrow. Me too. But it's a big day for us here in Canada, especially with the charity I represent. A lot of people don't know this. I work for a charity called Spinal Cord Injury Canada. It was originally called the Canadian Paraplegic Association. It was actually founded by World War II veterans after they came home to help people with spinal cord injuries and other mobility impairments like amputees, different things like that. So that's actually who started the group. Remembrance Day is a big day for us, even though it's a day off for most people. We still do a lot of stuff to remember the holiday. And thank you to everybody who served and everybody who's got like a parent or relative who served. Thank you to your family.
Thank you.
Jason jumping in as well. $20 for Scarlett. Scarlett's going to be so excited when she wakes up tomorrow and she finds $40 US on her $40 US on her pillow. Thank you so much, Jason. You didn't have to do that. She already had a sweet ass birthday, but she's going to go nuts for you guys now. Thank you so much.
What JR says in a comment about picking up older cabs. Now there has been opportunities where I can find just a shell of a cab. Just a regular looking arcade cabinet for $200. And you have to think, if Iconic's basically a Pi 5, I can buy a Pi 5. I can buy a flat screen TV and decase it and put it into that cabinet. I can basically build my own cabinet and still pay less than Iconic.
Yeah, 100%. 100%.
And if you want that full size real cab look, there's marketplaces out there for, hey, this was a Tekken cab, but it doesn't work, and it was turned into something else. You can have it, $200. Get rid of it. I just want to get rid of it. And there's plenty of people out there for that. I can find shells all day, but the less money I have to put into it, the less work I have to put into it, the happier, more likely I am going to buy it. But I'm just don't have to use for a shell.
Oh, I meant to talk about what I was going to do with my arcade. So just really quickly, bring this up again. So like I mentioned right now, the monitor works, but it's a little green. So the plan right now is it does have a CRT that's working. I'll mess around with it and see if I can get the picture, a little bit more in line with how it should look. But eventually my plan is I'm actually going to take this out and put a 26-inch Unico monitor in there. So that's another expense I've got coming down the road for this.
Oh, there you go. Well, I mean, hell, you're going to have vibrant colors, man. That's going to look good.
Yeah. So we'll see. I don't think I'm going to do anything else. Like I'm going to Robert sending me more stuff. That'll be the after show. I'll just show you the pictures Robert sends me.
Members only, guys. Sorry.
Members only after show. Show you Robert's scantily clad women pictures he sends me. Damn it. Just close out Facebook so that doesn't come up anymore. All right, last but not least, I did want to talk a little bit about CES. So CES coming up, oh my God. B Kirby, you didn't have to do that, man. $20 super chat from B Kirby. Happy birthday, Scarlett. No, guys, stop. She had a wonderful birthday. She had an amazing birthday. Thank you so much, my man. Greatly appreciated. You didn't need to do that. My God, people are too generous. Way too generous.
Have to make another Snapchat video and call it PCB money.
PCB money. Well, this money's not staying for me. It's Scarlett money, so she can buy more crap. Buy more crap. She go to Walmart, buy those surprises. That's what she did on her birthday. She had birthday money, so I took her out, and she just did like a shopping spree on surprises and stuff like that on top of the other gifts we gave her.
Yeah.
CES is coming up. So usually this is the time we start to get excited. It's been a little bit of a bummer the last couple of years because home arcade has kind of been in a decline period. But we got new companies, we got new players in the market, we got people doing fun stuff. And I actually have a poll up right now about who people think are going to have the biggest impact on CES this year from the home arcade community. Now, to clarify, that doesn't necessarily mean at CES. It could be announcements around CES. So I want to be clear about that, because not all the companies go to CES, but they use it as a time to announce their new products and when things are happening. So the options in the poll were 99 votes so far. We've got, who do you think will have the best showing at CES 2026? So right now, the poll shows 99 votes. We've got 17% for Arcade 1-Up, 22% for Basic Fun, 24% for Unico, 36% for Iconic Arcade. You surprised by those numbers?
Why didn't you have My Arcade on there?
Pardon?
Why didn't you have My Arcade on there?
Well, how many am I going to put on this list? My Arcade doesn't make like large scale arcades, right? It's like, why don't I put AtGames on there? AtGames aren't going to release a new arcade anytime soon. So anyways, I saw
James comment. I was like, My Arcade, why are they on there?
That My Arcade will be at the show. They will actually make the biggest impact. Someone else mentioned it in the chat earlier, and yeah, there you go. So anyways, that's where we are right now. So the poll will go for a little bit longer. I wanted to talk about what we kind of already know. And I don't know what you know, or if you know what I know, but one of the only ones we know right now coming up from Basic Fun, who are the new big company replacing Arcade 1-Up, off to a little bit of a slow start with some negativity around WrestleFest. And, I did get an answer on the deck protectors after. Did I tell you that, Brian?
No, you did not. Tell me.
Yeah, they wrote me back and they told me the reason why there is no deck protectors is they did put a coating over it that's supposed to be rub and scratch resistant. I know some people have already scratched their control decks. They don't feel like that's the case. We do have third-party people making deck protectors, so that's good. But they are saying they did look into it. It's been tested. They put the rub-resistant stuff in it, and they're pretty comfortable with it. So, yeah, there is a rub-resistant coating. It isn't just a sticker over the top of the thing. So,
but it's not chip-proof either.
Well, I mean, it's tough, right? You got like a cab like that Street Fighter 2 from Arcade 1-Up, which we'll talk about in the Double Down. That one was the first one that really came out without a coating on it, or like without a deck protector. And that one is held up like a badass. Like, I've never had any issue with it. Whatever they put on that, magical. I haven't chipped it, haven't done anything. And I always put weird shit on my arcades, especially when I'm filming videos there. But I've had no problems with that one.
Nice.
But we do know at least one product that we're pretty confident is going to be at CES from Basic Fun. I'm just trying to find the picture now because there it is. You know what I'm bringing up here, don't you?
Oh, yeah. Turtles. I was about to say, I thought Double Dragon, but never mind. You're talking about Basic Fun.
Talking about Basic Fun now. So I think the big first cab we're going to get from Basic Fun, we're finally going to get that Turtles release. We'll get a little bit more information. Now, this is the box from the Slim series. So I don't think it'll be Slim. I think we'll get another version of this. I think Chris Ford knows what it's about. No more Scarlet money, PCB money. Thank you so much for the super chat, Chris Ford. Great. Only 2-player, no, but this is the Slim Edition RetroTech X. I will tell you, if it's the Ultra line will also probably be 2-player as well.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's console games only.
No. Turtles in Time here. We don't know for sure. There's Turtles in Time NES, Manhattan Project, Arcade Game, Tournament Fighters. But, this is an old box. We'll have to wait and see what actually happens.
Okay. I'll give you that.
I will make a comment to Basic Fun. If anybody from Basic Fun is listening, I do think you can do 4-player Ultra Cabs as well. I don't think you hold that just for the Supreme line. I think, yeah. You can do a slim that's 2-player, like if anybody wants that, but not everybody wants 2-player cabs. So there you go. B Kirby says there's arcade ROMs for sure. 19K Fox says
Okay.
Cowabunga Collection, Cornercade, like always is being an idiot. There you go. I was told Basic Fun got lit up by Konami for this leak as they didn't have the rights to those console games. It's possible. It's possible. We'll find out. But I think it's pretty safe to say that, at some point, Basic Fun will announce Turtles.
Okay.
Now, like I said, I don't know. I'm out of space. I'm completely out of space. I don't know what you're like, Brian. Is there anything that Basic Fun could announce that will get you excited and make you go out and want to buy a product? Like for me, this is the right Turtles, has the right art. I saw someone else say the side art is horrible. The only thing about the side art that's horrible to me is it's moved so far down. But I love the original Turtles cab. It was that and WrestleFest are the 2 first arcades that actually made me go to the arcade. Like I love that they went with the original Turtles.
Yeah.
So
totally agree.
This is one I'm watching. I would prefer Supreme, but is there anything that they could do, Turtles being one of them, they could show at CES that would get you super excited to be like, man, I need to buy that?
To be honest with you, WWF WrestleMania Midway's version.
Oh man, you guys in that horrible, horrible game.
I love that game, man.
Oh, awful.
Yeah, I love that cabinet, but if it's not that, then I mean, I would love that NHL Open Ice, man. I still wonder why somebody can't do that.
You mean Hit the Ice? You want Hit the Ice?
No. NHL
Hit the Ice
Open
is the better game. Hit the Ice is the better game. 2-on-2 Open Ice is good too. Yeah.
Oh, I love 2-on-2 Open Ice.
So that's my guess.
That would get me excited.
That's my guess. That's what we know. So I'm going to take that down and I'm going to move over. There is one other company. We do know what they're doing at CES. I don't think this is a huge surprise. I did put it up in the thumbnail, but there's a little bit more to this announcement that I thought was kind of interesting. And I don't know if this is out there. I think they might have mentioned it on Arcade Insiders, but if they didn't, I'm going to bring it up here now. I just got to find the goddamn picture first. I need to start deleting pictures on my shit. Tell everybody something fun here. Oh, look, here's a picture we can show everybody.
Hey,
who's that?
That would be me and Ted Adam Green.
Hey, look at that.
Yeah, Ted Adam Green came and visited me at my job. So he's a good friend. He actually had a cat pass away today.
Oh, that's sad, man.
Yeah, and I guess another cat went missing. So he's all the pieces today, man. So say your prayers for Ted Adam Green. He lives like 10 minutes away from me. So
he's good people.
He's such good people, man.
Part of the house arcade community.
Yeah. No,
so here's
an ambassador.
Here's another one that we do know is going to be at CES, Iconic's Double Dragon Cab. Now, this is one I think they did an amazing job with. Like, I love this one. I have no issues with it. I love they kept the original side art. Part of my concern with the Iconic is, like, these are going to be multi-cades, right? Because you have the additional games. But I love how they hid the top 3 buttons. I'm a big fan of this. This is one I'm going to be interested in. I'm going to be a player on. So we should see this, the second release from Iconic, at CES this year. The only hope is when it's announced at CES, hopefully we don't have to wait a full friggin' year for it to actually be delivered to people's homes.
Right. Yeah. Hopefully they got all that stuff figured out.
Yeah. So
and they can just turn and burn.
This is one we know of, but that's not all. John D did say at some point, not only are they doing Double Dragon, but he plans on doing at least 3 80s games next year. So will we see more than Double Dragon? I don't know, but he is saying Iconic plans on doing 3 80s games next year.
Ooh.
Weird for a company to come out and say we're doing 80s games. I mean, that's what I want to hear.
I mean, this is what the community wants to hear. So is he just filling you up with fake stuff, or is it really doing it?
Well, again, like this is where it gets complicated for me. So, say for example, he does something with Midway, and he does like a Defender, and that would be awesome. No one's done like a proper Defender. Arcade One Up did a Defender, but are you going to do a Defender multicade where then you've got like the buttons set up as 2 6 buttons? Like, is it going to be the same as Arcade One Up's Defender, where it was the Mortal Kombat button setup that you're trying to play Defender on? That's what I worry about Iconic, where it is going to be a multicade where you can add extra games. Are there going to be compromises when it comes to the controls if they do classic games?
Yeah, see, like my biggest worry is like this cabinet's like the Street Fighter cab's got 6 buttons, right?
Yeah, I think most of them will.
Right. So, and Double Dragon's basically a 2-button game.
3-button.
That's 3-button game. Okay, so that's your marquee game. And they do have those colors marked on the control panel what those buttons are, so that you will always know, hey, this is the marquee games buttons. But the deal is, man, think about it. It's a joystick and 6 buttons on the Street Fighters, and now this. Are all future cabs going to have 6 buttons because it basically has a Raspberry Pi and it's a multi-cade and you can have whatever games you want on it?
Exactly. Like that's the thing. Are these all just going to be like, multi-cade fighting cabs with different art styles? Like, I'm interested to know. I'm not like completely writing it off. I still have hope. I love what they did with Double Dragon. So let's see what they do with their other games. They're promising 2 other 80s games. Hopefully there's something really cool with a different control scheme and not a 6-button setup, 2 fighter 6-button setup. So we'll see what the future has to hold. That's what we know about CES. That's it. Nothing from Arcade One Up yet. Maybe we get a new claw machine. Maybe it's another. All kidding aside, people are nuts about that SpongeBob claw machine. They love that.
It looks nice, man. It's like it's a lot better than the plain classic Arcade One Up, and honestly, I think it's a lot better idea than Hello Kitty. So, I mean, kudos to them. I think they went out and got a good license for it.
Maybe they'll add WrestleFest to the Double Dragon cab. Yes, Arcade One Up Defender Party Cab had a great control panel layup, but again, that's one player, limits the number of games you can put on it. It's tough.
Yeah. And are people willing to pay for that? Just that one game and not have multiple games on it? Would you be able to sell that to a normal consumer? It's like, well, it just only has one game on it. I'm used to the ones that have 14, 15, 16 games on it.
Yeah. See, that's I'm completely the opposite. Like I want more. This is why like I'm totally okay with buying like a real arcade, because I just want it to be right for the marquee game. That's all I care about. Anything else on there, it doesn't really matter. Like I like the Arcade One Up's original model. Like if you got a Centipede, you were getting Centipede and Millipede. The 2 games work perfectly with the control scheme. They did have other stuff on it, but I didn't really give a shit about that. Street Fighter had the Street Fighter games. Mortal Kombat had the Mortal Kombat games. I thought that was a much better model than when they started loading these cabs down with too many games and messed up controls. I know Rampage, right from day one, had the right control scheme, but then the other games didn't work. That's fine. I want it to have the right controls. If you're selling me a cab, it's got to have the marquee game has to be represented perfectly, in my opinion. That's what these companies have failed on. Basic Fun with their Centipede, the Double Dragon cab being a 6-button fighter cab. That's the kind of stuff that bothers me, right?
Right. Exactly. It bothers me too.
All right, Brian, we did hit our goal. So unfortunately, I'm going to play some really loud music. We're going to get into a different conversation for the Double Down. Gonna come up with some cool graphics too, maybe like a little lower third image and stuff to go for this section as well. Anyways, Double Down.
Pop-up pictures.
What?
Just add pop-up pictures everywhere.
Yeah, that's what just pop-up pictures. They're just gonna have random pictures everywhere, all over the screen, all at the same time. 15 different screens. So Does size really matter? Before we do anything else, I'm actually going to close the initial poll because I'm going to put up another poll for you guys to answer right now. That poll ended 110 votes. Iconic Arcade, everybody's saying is going to have the biggest CES. And according to the information we have so far, that's a good educated guess because we might get one cab, we may get several. We'll see. So I'm going to end that poll because I'm actually going to put up another poll really quickly. And I want to get your guys' opinions on, does size really matter? Again, let me preface it, not talking about wiener size. I'm talking about arcade size. If you're buying these recreation arcades, what's important to you? Do you want XL? Like I got enchanted with the XLs for a while. It was a really big deal to me. I really wanted all the cabs to be XL size. I thought it was cool, but what does everybody in the community want? Is there a big demand for these? Should people do them? And Brian, we've actually been talking about this a little bit because our friend G.I. Joel is currently making these Nintendo cabinets, and he might be making a Robotron cabinet as well. He's been selling these. They've been a big hit so far. A lot of people really love them. They're really cool. But then you've got other people saying, oh, I'm not going to support you, or I don't want one unless it's XL. And like the conversation is so frustrating in the first place because Nintendo cabs were never XL in the first place. Nintendo cabs were always smaller. They were little tiny cabs compared to the rest of the arcades. But is there enough of a demand in the community for a small business like G.I. Joel to make XL cabs too? Or should he focus mainly on making cabs that fit in with the majority of people's collections?
Stick with what he's doing now, the 3/4 scale. He doesn't have to come up with additional measurements. Doesn't have to worry about, if a customer accidentally ordered the XL and wanted a 3/4 scale, send them the wrong one. Stick in his lane of 3/4. It's what works for him. It's what most of the community is used to, and I think it just works. Period. And like you were saying with the Nintendo cabs, they were never full size cabs anyway. If you think about it, Nintendo cabs were basically the 3/4 scale community of real arcades.
All right, so the poll is up now, guys. Please vote. Give us some information. It's not just about them, too. It's about the home arcade community. I will say, like, I like what Basic Fun is doing so far. I think they're a very serious competitor for Arcade 1-Up. But one thing that really concerns me is the drop down in quality from the Supreme to the Ultra Cab. Like, they came out, and obviously they came out at a comparative price to Arcade 1-Up's deluxe model. And I've talked about this a bunch. They're a lesser product. They don't have simple things like the the faux coin door. They don't have the speaker grill covers. So it does feel like a big letdown when you see the game lists on the front, all that stuff. It feels like it's less of a product. But then you move up to the Supreme line, which is in fact an XL cab, and it does have all those features. You're now all of a sudden getting 4-player control decks. You're all of a sudden getting your speaker grills. You're getting your faux coin doors that I think light up. So for me, this is an important question for them because the majority of the audience, the majority of the base might actually want 3/4 scale, which is the Ultra line, but might be hesitant to buy them because they don't have those added features that people feel are necessary value at this point for a home arcade. That makes sense. That just came off the top of my head. I don't know.
No, that makes sense. Like, you figured at the price point that Basic Fun is doing with their is it the Ultra series? You would figure it would come standard with those things. The Supreme should just have maybe a bigger games list, 4-player deck. Instead of a 17-inch screen, go to a 19-inch screen. That's the kind of deal. Just stick with that XL format that your predecessors already did. And that's my opinion on it.
James is very tough on the on the polls because he's saying that Iconic is making closer to full size, and I know Unico is thinking about making closer to full size as well. I would say XL to full size arcade. So everything XL, Supreme, whatever the hell Extreme is, and also Unico's almost full size. So there you go.
Yeah, just take an AL, just get the ALU, FU, whatever that 4K cabinet was going to be. Just get a giant ass multi.
Everybody's laughing. It's a mechanical keyboard, and I'm a pounder with the stuff. So guys, give me a break
You
here.
have to,
Come on.
you have to understand what was going on in my head. I was like, should I talk louder? Because that thing is loud as shit. I was like, I don't even think these people can hear me. I'm just drowning out noise, making background noise for this guy.
Well, it's interesting because I always look at it this way. YouTube is lagging today. Goofyfoot says it might just be me, man. I'm still getting over the cold. I apologize, but I always look at it this way. A lot of people in the community already have these arcades that are full of 3/4 scale arcades. Now, a normal arcade has many different sizes, so it's nothing to have like an XL and then a 3/4 and stuff like that. So not everybody really cares about that, but some people I've talked to 100% only want 3/4 scale arcades in their home. They've already got the collection. They don't want something that stands out, that's wider, taller, yada, yada, yada. So there's something to be considered there. And I think Basic Fun did a very smart job of coming out with an ultra line that fits in directly with Arcade 1-Up. No questions. You can put a Basic Fun next to an Arcade 1-Up and nobody would bat an eye, right? They're pretty much the same size, shape, everything.
Yeah.
So smart move. But then you've got other companies coming out with much bigger products. Unico, the Supreme line from Basic Fun, they'll fit in with the XLs. And Yoda, 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 not yada, yada, yada. I'll say Yoda, Yoda. How about that? I don't know, Brian. Like for me, I was really excited when I got my first 2 Arcade 1-Up XL cabs. I was like, my God, these are like so much bigger. I saw Mike Hawk Hertz in the comments earlier say, it feels like it's a jump up from a toy to something that's more substantial. And maybe that's something we need. Maybe it's something we don't need. But it goes back to the space issue again. When I had to move out into the smaller room, which was the living room for the basement apartment, I don't have as much space anymore. I got 2 full-size pinballs. Now I've got a Big Blue, real Big Blue, and I've got room for 2 more XL cabs. But then on the other side of the wall, it's a very small wall with a door, and I've got 5 Arcade 1-Up 3/4 crammed all in together. Like, if you actually look at the size difference, those 5 together would probably be about 3 XLs. So I'm going to have to lose cabs to actually move down and get something up. So it's tough for me. I'm okay with having different sizes. I have them on different walls so they don't stick out or anything like that. But I don't know. I see value in all of them. I want everybody to make like different products that meet everybody's different needs. I don't want just XL. I don't just want 3/4. There you go. B Kirby says he prefers XL size along with his 3/4 cabs. I'm not going to sell my 3/4 cabs in hopes all of them be rubber plate. Yes, you shouldn't, because I did that and it doesn't come true. And then you feel like an idiot because you're like, I'm going all XL. And then Arcade 1-Up doesn't make any more XL cabs.
Yeah. So like I got the Golden Tee Midway crazy looking cab, and that's my first ever XL. I also feel like the Terminator 2 technically is an XL because it stands taller than all the other cabs I got. Plus I put the Buy Stuff 19-inch screen in it, so technically I kind of made it into an XL. But the rest of them are 3/4 scales. Now, I'm more of a type of guy that it depends on the function, right? If it's a 4-player deck, I want it to be bigger, so I want to be more like an XL. If I got multiple people to play with me on certain type of games, I would probably like it to be bigger so that we'd have more room at the cab together. If it's a
that's
game,
one area. That's one area where Iconic, due to the fact they've got a widescreen, they can say whatever they want. That's why it's there, because they got to fit a 24-inch monitor in there. But that 24-inch control panel is going to be super comfortable compared to any other home arcade product came out before, except for the AtGames. The AtGames control panel is great for 2 people.
Right, exactly. And then I also upgraded my Arcade 1-Up Big Blue with the 99 Lives control deck. It's so much bigger. It's got a bigger chin on it, so I can actually rest my hands on it and not feel like the plexiglass is cutting into me. But that's now comfortable for 2 players now. So like, I just depends on like the function of the game. If it's a 1-player game like Mrs. Pac-Man or my 30th anniversary, I'm totally fine with it being 3/4 scale and small as possible. Even my Joust, I'm fine with it being 3/4 scale. But yeah, there's just certain games like Killer Instinct. I would love to have had the Pro. Like y'all are so lucky to get the Pro.
No, we're not, because we spent too much money. That Pro never should have been $1,000 US.
No,
Not
it
in
should
a
be 700
million
bucks.
years. It's an awesome cab. I'm very
Yeah.
happy to have it. And if I didn't get it because there was a glitch, the only reason I got it because there was a glitch on shipping, and I only had to pay $35 shipping. Because basically I got like $300 off the cab because it wasn't going to cost me anything for shipping. Otherwise, I
Right.
wouldn't have bought it. And even in my review, I said, this is a great cab. It's not worth $1,000.
No, it never was worth $1,000. But I've seen some on Marketplace going for like 600, 700 bucks, but they're like a 7-hour, 8-hour drive to go
I
get
know.
it. And I'm like, I don't know if that's even worth it. Because of the gas I spend to go get it, I'm still spending close to $1,000 probably.
Oh
So,
yeah. I dropped about $160 in gas the other day when I went and got that big blue. So you got to keep that in consideration too, right?
exactly, yeah. So it just depends on, like I said, the function and everything, and the type of game it is. That's how I gauge the whole XL versus 3/4 scale thing. Like that Golden Tee, I love that it's an XL because I got more room for the trackball, and I don't know, just the height of it and everything, the way the control panel is, the way it's sized, it feels comfortable.
Yeah, Gene, some other people feel that. Gallagher guy will be an interesting one to ask this question to because he has a good mix in his home. He would have been good for the topic about buying original compared to these recreations as well, because I know he's got some originals for steals, and all of that depends on where you are. Like that stringer deal thing, it's all that's all 100% based on your area. You could be in a great area where you can get great deals on home arcades, or you can be in a shitty area where there's no deals, right? So, I mean,
Yeah,
but
I think
yeah, he
I
would
think
ask an excellent one for that.
yeah, I think Gallagher guy has what, 19 real cabs and then like maybe 4 arcade 1-ups left. And it used to be the way around for him.
Yeah. But I mean, if you can find real arcades that
Ohio's
fit
a
your
hot
needs,
spot.
yeah,
Ohio's a hot spot for that stuff.
Yeah,
Georgia is not.
Georgia is not.
No.
Anyways, I did want to just talk about this for a little bit. Like one thing I'm struggling with now, and it was one of the things I had a hard time with too, is like the Iconic Arcade. I already had that Street Fighter Deluxe, and the Street Fighter Deluxe is really good. So B's asking this question. I saw this a little bit earlier asked as well. Everybody's upset because the price on Street Fighter Deluxe right now, apparently on like Amazon and shit like that, is like $900 US.
Mhm.
And everybody's like, what is going on? Why is it up so high? And especially, you've got people like Cornercade who filled up his whole home with all these like cheaper Street Fighter Deluxe deals he got that he then modded and turned into other things. 19K Fox picked up a bunch of them as well. So why is it so expensive now? So it was actually in the house arcade community earlier. Someone asked the question, are they doing it just to help sell Iconic Arcade Street Fighters? And no, that's not the truth. The truth is Spreetail uses some kind of weird system where they'll put a cab up, they'll do some initial sales when inventory's high, but never expect to clear out. Like the way it goes is they'll do some sales. They'll do some sales like $450 US. I mean, I got my Street Fighter Deluxe for 500 Canadian, which, went down on a rare sale. But once that inventory gets limited, the price starts going up. James would be a better one to explain it than I could because he knows how the system works. But the reality is, unless you can find a deal secondhand for a Street Fighter Deluxe now, or some store randomly has some stock left, which I don't even know is possible because I think Spreetail actually was the retailer for that in the US. I don't think it sold through other places. Good luck finding that for a decent price because that Street Fighter Deluxe is now in super high price Spreetail mode, never to be cleared out.
Yeah, and then another reason why is because they're not going to restock that cab ever. Like
No.
once it's gone, it's gone. Basically, it's going to the vault.
Yeah, that's it. If Arcade 1-Up ever did actually have a real vault, it is going in the vault. What is this I see about Mike? Mike, did you break up with your girlfriend? No. Space will always be a determining factor. Yes. if you get rid of your partner, you will have a lot more room for arcades. But my wife has made it very clear to me, if we break up, she's going to take me for everything. So I don't think I'm going to have many of my arcades left. Anyways, Brian, I don't have much more to talk about with that, mainly because Capcom has always been a net negative for Arcade 1-Up. That's the weird one, man. They just did that Kith collab, so maybe they don't make any money from Capcom. Who knows? Doesn't seem like they really have a lot of help or support it, so there you go.
Mm-hmm.
Kaz says Arcade 1-Up will eventually re-release the Street Fighter Deluxe cabinet. I don't know.
That'd be nice.
It'd be nice. It's a great cabinet.
It's one of the ones I missed out on that I wish I could have gotten. So,
oh, it's so good, Brian. So freaking good, man. No, Fox. It's not about that. It's not base. We're talking about through Spreetail. The different factor here is the Spreetail factor. This is not something else. Honestly, go check it out. It's 100% a Spreetail thing. Fox was to the other side. Fox, 19K Fox, valid point. There you go. So maybe there is some truth to it. Maybe it's some maneuvering on Spreetail's part to put it up. It does seem to be the normal from Spreetail, from what I understand, but it is an anomaly.
I can't go to Iconic's website and order one right now, right?
No.
Exactly. So it has nothing to do with that. I can't.
I don't know. I have no idea. I'm tired of the games, Brian. Tired of the games. I want to play the games. I don't want to have the games play me.
There you go.
Anyways, brother, thank you so much for doing this tonight, man. I really appreciate it greatly. Brian, you're on YouTube every single night of the week now because you're a permanent host now. So but people can see you sometimes on that gaming show on Tuesdays. Arcades Anonymous, are you always there? Or you try to always be there?
I try to always be there. If I have to work, I show up late. But otherwise, like I said, this week I'd like to go on Yo Hero, half a dozen channel to support him, but also talk about Predator Badlands because I love that freaking movie. And if you haven't seen Predator Badlands, go see it. It's good.
I'm gonna wait till it's free and I can stream it illegally.
No, you bastard. I want a sequel, so go make sure to make enough money.
Yeah, I don't know about that. Last time I went to the movies, me and my wife saw Jurassic World Rebirth, and then we said movies are terrible. I know, it was so freaking bad. Anyway, so Tuesdays sometimes on that gaming show. Oh, it was awful. Wednesdays, Arcades Anonymous. You're a proud member of Arcades Anonymous. Thursdays is when you do your regular show, but it's usually only when AtGames does release a table that week that you actually will do a show. So if you're an AtGames enthusiast, they release a table. Make sure to tune in to Yo Retro on Thursdays and even sometimes Fridays on Gamer Fridge. We got to give Gamer Fridge a shout out as well. He does have a great show, really long, way too many hosts, but it is a good show. Well, it was until Todd became a regular. Now it's just all full of tote jokes. It's gone to hell.
It's tote-tastic.
Oh my God. I can take the pickles on Arcades Anonymous, but the tote jokes on Fridge. Just too much.
Oh, just let him keep making his AI videos about totes. You'll love it.
Oh my God. Anyways, Brian, one of the nicest people in the community. If you've never connected with him before, go check out his channel. Go check him out. Pinball Wizard, you've probably seen him on some of the leaderboards on the AtGames tables. Definitely not me. I'm not there. But you might have seen Chaotic BPR. So anyways, guys.
Early when the game's first released, I'm definitely up there. But after that, see ya, I'm in like the 60th spots.
Oh, yeah. Then it's all Mad Ben Han and all those guys, right?
Yeah.
Chaotic BPR is good people.
Video Game Vegas.
Good stuff. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Hopefully this week, I'm going to give you a schedule now because apparently everybody loves schedules now. Hopefully now, maybe tomorrow, maybe Wednesday, I'm going to have a video up for the X Arcade. They were kind enough to send me out the haptic feedback kit. It's actually already installed. They sent out one of the prototypes from the Pinball Expo. So I'm going to have video on that in the next couple days to tell you what that's all about, what I think about it. And then I've got some more stuff. Quarter Arcades was nice enough to send out the golden sample of their Bad Dudes Quarter Arcade. So I'm going to be reviewing that. And I may even have Basic Fun Star Wars coming that I'm hoping to get a video done on by this weekend. So we'll see. Lots of stuff coming out. Lots of review stuff. Not as much news stuff. We'll see how it all goes.
Oof. You got
I know.
stuff. I ain't got nothing.
I got nothing. And on top of that, there's so many games. You're an Xbox. Did you play Keeper after?
No, I got it downloaded. I was going to play it tonight.
It's real short. That's the only problem with it. I beat it in just over 3.5 hours, but it's such an experience. You'll love it.
Oh, sweet, man. I can't wait. I just recently repurchased Octopath Traveler 1 and 2. So I'm going to jump into those RPGs.
Brian, how do you have the time? Each one is
don't.
like 80, 90 hours.
I know. That's why I got my handheld PC. I'm going to play it in bed, play it at work, play it on toilet, play it in the shower, play it on screen.
Just tell me the toilet and shower are different places. You're going to play it on the toilet, are you?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, some damn enchiladas.
Oh, you gonna be all right?
Oh,
Anyways, guys, thank you so much, everybody, for tuning in. We'll see you next week. This has been Chill and Chat with Michael B.
Well, hello, Mr. Fancy Pants.